right, so a little update on just the logistics of working on our bus and a little bit of kind of behind the scenes of having a YouTube channel is normally our videos are probably close to 2 months, maybe more, behind where we actually are in our progress. So the videos that we, have been putting out were done quite a couple of months ago, or quite a few months ago. So like all of our plumbing videos and building our kitchen cabinets and the countertop and all of that stuff was actually done before we had all the mechanical work done with Scott, the bus grease monkey. But since Scott was making his videos on what we were doing on our bus, and a lot of you joined us over here on our channel, from there we decided to go ahead and release our video on the mechanics and all of that stuff right after he came. But then we went back and we're trying to catch up on the work that we had done before he got here. So in the videos though that you might have seen either over on Scott's channel or on our channel, we let you know that our HOA, actually right about the time that Scott got here to work on our bus, the HOA sent us a letter and said, okay, we've had enough with having your bus in your driveway and you guys working on it there. Now we only had it there, maybe 3 days a week on a long weekend, working on it each week, and then the rest of the days it was in storage. But really our CC&Rs didn't even allow for that, and they had sort of been giving us a waiver on that all this time. And while we have fantastic neighbors that have supported us this whole time and are disappointed for us, the HOA said, look, we're done, you've had all of this time and don't bring it back, basically. So we had made arrangements with my uncle to work out at his shop to do the mechanical work when Scott was here, and we just asked my uncle if we could just leave it out here and continue working on it to finish up the build out here at his shop. And so that's what we're doing. He's graciously agreed to let us do that. It is nowhere near as convenient as doing it at our home, where we had all of our tools and our kids had a safe, an easy place to be, and we have our house, and they could be in and out helping us, and it's been really nice working on it at our home. However, we're thankful that we have a place now to work on it here. So last weekend we moved all of our tools and everything out to my uncle's shop, and we are just going to try and finish up the build out here. There's no power or water out here at this shop, but luckily our bus has power, and now, as you've seen from all of our plumbing videos, our bus does have water. So one of probably the projects that we're going to be working on real soon is to quickly hook up our toilet, at least temporarily, so that if we're out here for the whole weekend or whatever, we at least have access to a bathroom, and we have our refrigerator, and we have power for our tools and all of that. So we should be fine, and hopefully we'll be finishing up here maybe in a few months. It's definitely not as convenient for us or our kids, but we're thankful to have a place, and thankful to my family for allowing us to use this space. So from now on, you're going to see us out here working on it at this shop. And just thought there, just wanted to kind of clear up the confusion of, we were out here when we had the working on the bus with Scott, but then the videos you've seen since then, we were back at our house. But really all of those videos were shot before Scott got here. All of that work was done back in December and January before he got here. So now Scott finished up the work. Where we are now, the date it is now, Scott just finished up the work on our bus a few weeks ago, and we're moved out here officially to the shop, and we'll be finishing up the rest of the build out here. All right, so out here at, I guess what we just call the shop, out here my uncle's property where we're now going to be working on the bus, he had installed this old hangar. It's actually from a local airport that they had taken down, and he got at a good price and put it all up. It had been taken down in pieces. They brought it out here. All the steel is the original steel, but then I think they reskinned it and everything. And eventually their plan is to keep, you know, their vintage tractors and some of their fun things, their trailers and boats and stuff in here. But they don't have power out here yet. And so the big garage, the big door, hangar door, doesn't have power to it or anything, and so they're not really using it for that yet. And so they've graciously allowed us to just make this our workshop until they have all their power run out here. So we have this nice big huge space to keep our tools in. We brought 90% of our stuff from our garage and brought it out here. We still occasionally forget some little thing that we left at home in our garage and have to, you know, think, okay, well, I guess that project's off till tomorrow, or, you know, we have to run home and get it. But we have most of everything we need out here. So you can sort of see our big setup out here. But one of the first projects that we knew we needed to do once we kind of moved our workspace out here was to install our toilet. So obviously there's no power here, but the bus has power. So we can run all of our tools off of our bus, including our welder and everything, you know, our shop vac, all of our tools. We just run a big extension cord out and we can kind of slide it under the door. But there's also no water out here, no bathroom or anything. And so it'd be really nice if, you know, for us to be able to not have to run home to, you know, to go to the bathroom, or, you know, if we want to have lunch or whatever, which is sort of what we've been doing, is coming out in the morning for a couple hours, going home for a lunch break, and then coming back out in the afternoon. But since we have like our refrigerator and our kitchen and we have water on the bus now, we can, as long as we have a toilet out here, then we can actually just be out here all day and not have to go home in the middle of the day. So all of that to say, that's what we're doing today, is installing our toilet. This is the one that we got, which is the Dometic 320. It's actually has the elongated bowls. It's a little bit more, feels a little bit more like a household toilet. It's ceramic and it has a nice seat, and it's all comfy for a toilet in an RV. So we had sort of temporarily mock-up installed it before, because we needed to get the plumbing part of it, like the hole for it, figured out when we were putting in our tanks and all of that. And so, but it was just kind of mocked up in there. It wasn't actually installed. So we have the flange, we have the pipe, then this leads to a rubber coupler, which then installs into another little piece of pipe that goes into the tank. The rubber coupler, we have a video on when we did that, but the cool thing about that is right now we're gonna install this, which this is gonna be flush against our floor, but we only have our subfloor in right now. So what that means is when we are ready to put in like our actual final flooring, that needs to come up under this flange, which means we're gonna have to move this up. We're gonna have to take the toilet off and just shift this up just enough to get that flooring under there. But because this is all gonna be attached to a rubber coupler, all we have to do is loosen that coupler, and we have enough overlap of this piece that we can just pull it up that tiny little bit and then re-tighten up that rubber coupler, reattach this to the floor, and we should be good to go. So the first thing is these two pieces are not glued together yet. We had just kind of temporarily had it in there while we were fitting everything up. So we're gonna get that glued up, take this in, screw it in into the floor, stick the toilet on there, screw it on, and then we should be able to hook up the water to it, and then we will have a functional toilet out here for us and the kids to use while we're out here working.
I think we ended up with it something like that, so that these go in and they're like that.
right, so we got the gasket in place on the bottom. It's all pushed up in there. So we're gonna try and slide this on the bolts down there. It's a little tricky, it's hard to see. Let's see if I can get down here. Oh my gosh. Oh, there, you got this one on this side.
Yeah, they're both on.
Okay.
So screws.
Okay. All right, so it's all installed, water's hooked up, and so now we're gonna go turn the water on outside and make sure we don't have a leak or anything. All right, so Juan turned on the water to the toilet downstairs at the manifold, and we're gonna see what happens. Wow, there's water in there. I feel back here.
Is it leaking at all?
No. No. Yeah, that feels good. There's water in there. Now what do we do? All right, so we're just tightening up that rubber coupler outside, which will allow us to, you know, reposition the flange and the pipe when we install our flooring, or if we ever needed to like remove the tank or anything like that, we can remove the rubber coupler and pull the tank out. We did all of our drain pipes that way, so it also eliminates some vibration, so hopefully would prevent any cracking. All right, so I think that's it. And so then our plan then, so now we have a working toilet out here at the shop. And so anytime we need to fill our fresh tank or drain this tank, we are gonna get a little macerator pump, macerator, I don't know how you pronounce that. We're gonna get a pump, and then that way we can just drive the bus to our house and we can dump down our sewer clean out, which we have like easy access to it in our front yard. We can dump and refill at our house, you know, spend 20 minutes doing that and then just bring the bus back here. So that is our plan, and now we have a little bit more of a functional way to be working out here at the shop all day without having to run back and forth home. And we'll just like pack lunches, and the kids can bring all their stuff to help us and to, you know, kind of just be out here with us, bring some toys and activities and things, be out here with us, and we can just spend the whole day out here each day that we're working on the bus, and we'll be fully set up for that.